Maustrian loyalists have attacked both the left and right wings of the royalist army defending Milbekaese. On the right, the Guards division has suffered heavy losses and failed to take the key village of insert name here. The defenders have held their ground tenaciously, and the Guards have failed to perform on this hottest of hot, late summer days. When Guards break, other units, including other Guards, tend to panic. On the left, Maustrian has launched a series of very successful attacks with cavalry and militia, but has been repulsed on the cusp of victory, as the royalist heavy horse, supported by stalwart infantry, have driven the attack back in confusion and exhaustion. Now Lord Flavisham and General Gudbrandsdalen meet in the middle of the field, and decide to test everything in the centre. One good push and they'll break. They must be thin in the centre, Flavisham declares. The right of the centre is already engaged, with Gamelost's division making a courageous defence and stopping his opposing division in their tracks. But the left of the centre is absurdly weak, with only 3 brigades of regular infantry stacked up against 2 loyalist divisions. They are outnumbered 4 to 1. Half of those loyalists are militia, but they make up for inexperience with vast numbers. Flavisham sends his final Guards brigade forward to engage the cannon, but they are stopped by grapeshot and halt, disrupted. Then the militia attack in waves. The royalist regulars have been standing in the hot sun for hours waiting for this attack, and their volleys are ineffective. The militia push forward to paw and overcome on the right, push the enemy back in the centre, and are repulsed near the village. But the centre is pierced. A loyalist militia have marched forward to the creek, then turn east to engage Gamelost's division. Everything is coming apart, and the Baron, concerned that the army is about to be overwhelmed, orders that the young king, Sivka, be escorted from the field, lest he be captured. Sivka objects, but is whisked away by a party of swift-riding hussars. A fresh attack is made on the central village of as yet unnamed, but the fire is fierce and the defence is solid. Gamelost's artillery is attacked from 3 sides, but the gunners ply their cannon with skill and fevered devotion, blasting away until every charge of grape has been expended. Yet another attack is launched on the village, while de Brugy's light infantry open fire from the adjoining wood. De Brugy is sending forward some regulars and the heavy cavalry to relieve pressure on the centre, while his guns do good work disrupting some regulars at long range. The Burgundian infantry splash across the creek, while the heavies make their charge, counterattacked by the loyalist cavalry. The infantry succeed and charge forward into another brigade, but are quickly rebuffed and eliminated. But the heavies have overwhelmed the loyalist cavalry and pursue forward into the tired regulars, breaking them, and pursuing onward into the flanks and heart of Gudbrandsdalen's corps, breaking 2 brigades of infantry before being halted by determined cannon fire. The heavies mill about, then break, and fall back to their own lines, exhausted. De Brugy's counterattack on the loyalist centre has done some good work, but Gudbrandsdalen's regulars hold, and continue an attack towards the village. The royalist army has been split in 2, with de Brugy holding the hill on the west and Baron Gamelost holding the village and woods in the east. The Baron has only 1 brigade left in reserve, the Black Whiskers Elite, named Gustav's Guards in honour of the old king. These are the mice that propelled Sivka to the throne, who have stood against the usurping power of the Council of Nobles. And now Gamelost rides over and asks them to make one final charge, or all is lost. The guards squeak their approval, and the pipes begin to play the squirl of the prince's own grenadiers. Gamelost raises his sabre and gives the order to advance and charge, bayonets. They stagger as the opposing militia let fly a determined volley, but keep moving forward. There is a quick and fierce melee, but the militia cannot stand against the furious guard and fall back into the heart of Gudbrandsdalen's corps. Gamelost leads the guards forward, breaking 2 more militia brigades in rapid succession, and once militia starts to run, it tends to keep running. And the entire division of militia panic, break, and run, leaving their corps commander alone on the field, frantically waving his sword and ordering his troops to halt, to stand, to make a line. It is enough. Of the 7 loyalist divisions, 5 have broken or become exhausted to the point they cannot advance, and the other 2 have been heavily engaged and taken notable casualties. Gudbrandsdalen and Flavisham meet again to consider their options, but they really have none. The militia division is streaming to the north, and the rest of the army is following. It is all they can do to establish a powerful rear guard and take the army away from Milbekaese. There will be no pursuit. The Royalist army is just as exhausted. 3 of their 6 divisions have been shattered, and the others are in no position to continue the fight. Baron Gamelos sends his last courier in pursuit of the king to tell him the good news and urge him to return to the army. The Battle of Milbekaese changes everything. Until this point, the internal ructions of the Old Kingdom have been kept quiet in the wider world, just an uprising or a slight rebellion. But now 2 vast armies have met in open battle in the very heart of Mausropa. The rest of the continent is waking up to the fact that Maustria is divided.